The world's first fully integrated system. Welcome to the evolution of business, where two giant industries collide.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Danny Pacheco.
Buenas noches, Nueva York, ¿cómo están todos?
Yeah.
English, right? Anyway, thank you for coming out, guys. Today's a very, very special moment. Are we on with a mic? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hello, hello? Probando, probando, 1, 2, 3, 4. We good? Okay, we'll just have to do it. Hello, hello? Welcome, everybody, to Lucrazon Global. Today is when the East Coast officially is on the map. So give all of yourselves a round of applause. Now, folks, I've been in this type of industry for the last 8 years. I'm just going to tell you briefly a little bit about myself. I won't be more than a couple of hours. When I started 8 years ago, I happened to be enemy number 1 of the industry. I looked at the industry and I saw it and I couldn't understand it, and I thought people were possessed. I thought people were in a cult, and I just thought that only the owners of the companies made any money. I used to think that only the top people that walked into the company at the beginning made money. And after 8 years of working in the industry, I found out I was right. No, I'm just kidding, folks. What I found out in my very first year of being in this industry is that if you have what it takes, which is the desire to better yourself and to help other people, this industry can transform your lives. Now, folks, I've made a lot of money in this industry. In traditional multi-level marketing, done it, seen it, the good, bad, and the ugly. But when I first took a look at Lucrazon after being with the same company owner for 7 years, the same company, never moved anywhere, was completely loyal, I found out that it wasn't really my business. I found out after 7 years of loyal service that when I walked away from it, all of my income stayed with the company. They didn't pay me anything. After bringing millions of dollars to the company, they didn't even say thank you. So when I saw Lupizon for the very first time, and I understood how the business model worked, that this was not traditional network marketing, that this was something different, that the industry for the very first time was going to do things right. How many of you have heard the expression, you're in business for yourself but not by yourself?
Yeah.
This is the first time that those words are actually true. Every single one of you that gets processed in to our company, you are going to be a merchant holding business entity. You are a real business. So that changes the game. It changes the rules. Because every other company out there treats you like a salesperson, treats you like an affiliate, treats you like an independent contractor. At Lupizon Global, we treat you like a real business partner. So that's what we're looking for today, folks, brand partners. And that's the difference. We are here to help you change the economy, because what drives America is small businesses. Now, you as an e-commerce businesses have the ability to do transactions through your own merchant accounts. That is in itself significant, because what our ultimate goal is, folks, is for you to make a lot of money while helping other people do the exact same thing. Now, when I first took a look at the company, I had a very specific list of things that I was looking for. And really, for every single type of business that's out there, you have to have 5 ingredients. 5 things that have to be in place in order for that business to be successful. And some of you are here today asking yourselves those questions. Why Lupizon? What is all this about? Why should I spend my evening here today? Well, these are the questions that I needed to answer before I jumped in. And when I came to the company and saw it for the first time, I was so excited I couldn't sleep. Here's the 5 things that you need to have in order to have a successful company. Number 1, the capital. You have to be a part of a company that has the ability to be sustainable, that has the ability to do business, that has the resources to help the field. Many times you see companies that don't have that, and that's one of the main reasons why companies go under. So when I took a look at a company that was already with a company owner that had 20 years of experiences in merchant services, that knows the industry backwards and forwards, that used to do the consulting for Interpol in terms of fraud, internet fraud. A man with all of the experience behind him and successfully has major accounts processing a lot of money already. That's who we have at the top of this company, Mr. Alex Fick. The second thing that I wanted to look for was the experience. Who were the players? Who were the people that were actually going to make it happen? Had they been in the industry before? Had they serviced the industry before? And when I took a look at all the top players that had the experience combined to be able to pull this off, that was checkmark number 2. So, you know, that the first thing was the capital, the second thing was the experience. But then the third thing, and more importantly than the other 2, was the operations. I needed to make sure that the operations was going to be there in terms of everything that has to do with legality, compliance, administration, customer service. The software itself was an operational, because a lot of times, folks, that's where you're going to hit a snag, because they simply don't know how to run a business the right way. How many of you have heard that restaurants are the toughest businesses to actually survive past 10 years? You heard that before?
Yep. Yes.
Why do you think that happens? It happens because cooks open up businesses. Somebody told somebody, man, you cook really good, you should open up your own restaurant. But they didn't understand that they needed to have the legalities, the administration, the operations, the management, the bookkeeping, and all of those things. So when I went for the first time to Lupizon Global, I sat down with a table with all the heads of the company, but everybody broke and went to lunch. Now, I love to eat, but I did not go to lunch that day. I stood back and sat down with a vice president of operations. And for the first time in over 25 years, I actually found somebody that was willing to work and scale up and be an asset to the field, where he understood the needs of the company as they were going to come. And before I could even ask the questions, he was giving me the answers and the solutions of everything that I was asking. So in terms of operations, folks, we have some top-notch people at corporate in a 20,000 square foot facility where you can't even access the lobby without having a key card or an invitation. That's what Loopers on Global is in California. So folks, the experience, the capital, the operations was there. Then I had to take a look at what was going to be the marketing strategy. Now, every product that's ever gotten into the hands of some consumer has to know how are you going to get that product to market. So you can do advertising, you can do TV, you can do radio, you can do flyers, whatever it is, internet marketing. So how are we going to be different than other companies? And this is what impressed me the most. This is a company that is willing to embrace technology, where we're going to be able to use the power of social media to get the word out, where we're not scared of technology like other companies out there. We are going to embrace technology, and we're going to use network marketing for the speed of acquisition and being able to get our products and services into the marketplace. So in terms of marketing, everything was in place. And you guys that are the best at doing what you do, that's why we brought you on board. Because we know that the fastest way we're going to get to those merchant accounts is through the power of relationship marketing. And I'm a firm believer that all things being equal, people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And that's why over the last 7 to 8 weeks, we've had pledges for about 6,000 to 7,000 merchant accounts, all through the power of relationship marketing. Today, we were sitting down with people that came from Reno, from New York, from Arizona. We have people here from all over the country, folks, and all of them know at least one business owner that has a merchant account. Just by a raise of hands, how many of you right now know a business owner that has a merchant account? Now, folks, if we all brought just one business to the table, it's going to be a home run. So the fourth thing was how we were going to do it, by the power of relationship marketing. And that's why all of you are here today, because somebody told you about Loopers on Global, and you decided to find out what it was all about. The fifth and most and least important thing, which I have the pleasure of telling you, that it was an incredible surprise that we had the best products in the market, period, hands down. Nobody can compete with us. Here's what we have, folks. We have the ability to get merchant accounts in a faster, better, more efficient way than any other company on the planet. We are Loopers on Global, and we have the ability now to be able to give small, medium, or large businesses the ability to save money like never before on the fees that are charged over and above Visa and MasterCard. So that is a game changer. And we're talking about an industry with trillions of dollars that can now be merged for the first time with a better of relationship marketing, where we're going to be able to make not only a good income for ourselves, but we're going to be able to do what the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 32, verse 11, which is a good man leaves an inheritance for his children and the children of his children. And I got 6 of them, folks, so I got to work extra hard. And that's why in the last week I've been to Las Vegas twice, once to Phoenix, once to California, now New York, and tomorrow I'm flying to Spain. Why? Because I want to leave that inheritance. So, folks, the product, we have incredible web stores, and we're gonna cover that in the presentation. But the products that we have are top-notch. You can't find them anywhere else. The value proposition that we give our merchants is by far head and shoulders above any other company. And the products itself are going to change the way you perceive online marketing, because we're going to turn people in real e-commerce businesses, and we're going to give them a merchant account, and we're going to give them the best rates, and we're going to do it in 5 minutes. That is a game changer. So our product is the best. Now, when I said, think about that for a second. Product is the least important. I'll tell you why. How many of you have eaten at a place called McDonald's? Now, this is not a criticism. I love McDonald's, okay? But do they make the best hamburger in the world?
No.
But what do they have?
Brand.
They have the capital. They have the experience. They have the marketing. They have the operations. And the product, it may not be the best hamburger, but they put it into billions of people every single year. So what if you can have all 4 other ingredients, plus have the best product in the marketplace? What can we do with that? Today is ground zero here in New York, folks. Your closest competition's in the Midwest, and beyond that, it's in California. So you have carte blanche right now, and you have the choice to really take this to the next level. We are looking for leadership. We want to have the people that are going to plant their flag here on the East Coast and really change their lives. Now, to help us do that and to understand how this program really works, here's the last part, folks, that are not included in those 5 that I told you. We need the right leadership. And today, it is a privilege to be here with you, with 3 of the co-founders of the company, to be here with the owner of our company, with our guest speaker, our chairman of the board. But before we get to that, you have to recognize the person that had the vision, that put this thing together, that has the experience not only on the technology, but as a business owner himself, breaking records in our industry and network marketing, and also having the foresight to put an A-category winning team together in a short period of time. I don't think that even him, with all of his experience, could really have seen what was coming in just 7 weeks. We have people with some incredible stories that you're going to be seeing later today in terms of income. But it could not have happened because of this person. He is here today, folks, to teach us everything we need to know about social media, about branding. This is a man that has consulted with AT&T and companies at the corporate level to learn all about branding. Man that successfully has run his own company and businesses, a public speaker, and happens to be the vice president of Lucrazon Global. So please help me give a warm welcome to my friend and vice president of Lucrazon Global, Mr. Oscar Garcia.
Okay. We are trying to make sure that online gets to see the same thing that you're seeing. So I'm going to use, I don't know what's up with this frog. Let me get him out of the way. Folks, my whole goal today is to make sure that you get all the information of what's going on as efficiently as possible. What you see here is what they see on the web. So it's pretty interesting here on how we can use technology in order for us to educate everyone. I want to make sure that we go through the details of what Lucrazon is so everybody can understand. But we are going to try to do this. We are going to try to slow it down because we have Chinese translators that we have to work with. How slow do I have to go? Or very slow. Very slow? All right. Very slow. My goal is to show you technology, to show you what we showed in California literally 8 weeks ago. So when Danny talks about that we're launching the company and this is ground floor, this is ground floor. Obviously we're having some technical issues, with the speaker system. This is ground floor. Now, when it comes to our technology, it's up and running. It's functional. I'm going to go live with you guys on the technology. I'm going to go live with you guys on the SEO software as well, so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. We're going to go through merchant services as well. So first things first, let's make sure that we have a complete understanding on what Lucrazon is and what it does. As Danny already covered a lot of that information, but we want to show it in this fashion. This is the merchant service industry. The merchant service industry always deals with Visa, MasterCard. They have what they call a level 1 service provider. That is a provider that does 6 million transactions a month. A level 1 service provider, and you can look this up under Visa, MasterCard, is 6 million transactions a month. That's dollars, transactions. Now, they provide service to what's called an MSP and ISO. Let me do it this way. That way you can see this. This is an MSP ISO, which stands for Merchant Service Provider. That's all it stands for. They pay $15,000 to Visa, MasterCard, and they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on technology just to offer Visa, MasterCard. That's what they do. They have sales reps. Those sales reps go out and they get a merchant. A merchant's anything. A coffee shop owner, a pharmacist, a salon, nail girl, anybody who accepts a Visa, MasterCard is a merchant. Now online it's a little bit more difficult. You got a web designer, web development, shopping cart, and then you have the regular service that we have here. Now, what I want to explain is what happens when you swipe your card. When you swipe your card, oh man, I'm going way too fast. I'm going way too fast. Okay. You want to explain to the merchant service right there? I'll slow down. No?
这个信用卡处理公司呢是一个很大的生意，它基本上每一次用那个 Visa、Master， 它每一天都有60万的transaction， 每一次的transaction不过，公司就上去了。很多那些 ISO 那些平台呢，他们都要付很多的钱去给这个 Visa、Master， 是想拿到他的平台，从他平台上这个小券去。
So let's talk about what happens when we come in as a customer to the merchant.
如果作为顾客进来作为用他的信用卡，
They take out their Visa, MasterCard and they swipe on the machine.
每一次他用卡刷一刷。
That was it? All right. That's pretty good. Okay. That transaction hits what's called a gateway.
每一次一刷，他就碰到一个那个切入口。
Okay. That gateway communicates with my bank and tells the merchant whether I have money, yes or no.
这切口会直接跟银行联系，银行一直会告诉这个餐馆说他有没有钱在里面。
If the answer is yes, they get most of their money.
如果这个做批准的部分的时候，那个餐馆就会拿到他大部分的钱。
Now, when I'm saying most of the money, it's because there's percentages that are taken out. So, for instance, if I swipe $100, literally 5% or $5 are not given back to the merchant.
他为什么说大部分呢？说因为他每次去刷卡，有一部分钱是去到那个信用卡管理的，就打100块刷了。
So think about what happens. There's a percentage that goes here, a percentage that goes there, a percentage that goes there, a percentage that goes there, and a percentage that goes there.
这5块钱呢是刚才右边的大家同意，就是包括那个切口银行那个 ISO 平台这个
Millions of times a day, right? Think about this. How many times did you literally swipe your credit card today? How many times? 5 times? Who has more than 5 swipes today? You're a shopper. I love you. Because every time you swipe, someone makes money. Why can't it be you? How much money? Let's talk about this. Let's just take an example of what we do here, right? What if we bring in a $1 million a month account? That's not a big account. That's a good Starbucks. Wow, no, Starbucks does more. Starbucks does $250,000 a day. Every Starbucks. So what's less than a Starbucks? What, a good dry cleaners, a good salon, a good Chinese, right here, we got a lot of Chinese fast food places, right? A decent one, not a startup, not a new one. Someone that's been around for 6 months to a year is doing $1 million a month.
如果餐馆的话，外面找一个餐馆业。
This is what happens. If the industry is charging 5%, we only charge above Visa MasterCard 0.20. A 20th of a percent, 20 basis points. I don't know, figure that one out. I don't know. How do you say that in Chinese? Anyone? 0.20, 0.20. That's a 20th of a percent. That's a 20th of a percent. So when you're looking at that, if we bring in a $1 million account, someone pull out a calculator. I need to show you this. Actually, I can pull out a calculator, right?
他现在看到的东西在网上同时看到，这个是在模仿，他这是
Let's look at it this way. A $1 million account. Do I got 6 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What if instead of paying 5%, which is what, equal to $50,000 a month, we're not going to drop them down to 0.20. What if we drop them down to 1%? Now they're paying $10,000 a month instead of $50,000. Is that a better deal? What if you can get 50%? So you dropped into $10,000, and what if now you can make $5,000 a month, month after month after month, without having to qualify for that income? That is merchant services and how much you can make. $5,000 a month in that theoretical example. That's one account. If you have 10 accounts, you're at $50,000 a month, theoretically. What we're doing, though, is that's okay money, but that's not great money. One, here's the problem with that. How long it took you to get the account. So here's the steps. Go ahead and explain that. It usually takes 30 days to get the account, 30 days to process, and 30 days to get paid. That's 90 days. That's too long. So, how do you say that's too long in your language? Oh yeah, I know how to speak Chinese. All right, so that's too long. So LucasOn came up with a system that allows you to get paid in 48 hours from merchant services. What we had to do is combine all the services any business in the world needs. And here's the 4 services. We needed to combine e-commerce with merchant services. We needed to combine marketing and optimization, and we needed to combine product inventory and fulfillment. So what happens is, for instance, on website and e-commerce, you have a website that is generally charged at $5,000 to $70,000 that now we can give it away if we wanted to merchant account or to merchants, physical companies. How do you explain that?
以前按这种用一个成熟的网店，大概要5、6千块在市场上可以买到。那现在这个公司可以做到送给也不行，因为它现在成本。
Every physical business needs to have a website in order for them to pop up where? Here. So when you talk to your phone, you guys do that in New York? You go Home Depot and they find you a Home Depot, or you go Starbucks and they find you a Starbucks? Do you do that? Without having a website, you won't show up. So every physical business needs an e-commerce website, but they need one that's good, that can rank them on the search engines. We'll give you that, but instead of paying $5,000 or $10,000, what if you pay $200?
另外一个网店就是现在大家是餐馆啊什么，不要人找到你，就网上就要有一个平台，他现在可以不是说几千块、200块也可以卖的。
So above and beyond that, now we're saying if we can give them enterprise quality websites, we can give them a merchant account. We can give anyone a merchant account. Now, I want to make sure I explain this one, right, for the English crowd. We can give anyone a merchant account that literally wants to be in business. Entrepreneurs, why don't you have a merchant account, right? The merchant account allows you to get paid in 48 hours. So aren't you a business person just like a regular restaurant owner? You are, aren't you? You're in business, so you should be able to accept a Visa MasterCard. The problem is there was no way to qualify you before. Before Lucrazon, there was no way to qualify you. Let me explain this. How many of you that are in Lucrazon right now as a brand partner had a merchant account before Lucrazon? Before Lucrazon? 3. How many of you that are a brand partner now with Lucrazon has a merchant account? A lot more, right? Do you get paid in 48 hours? Yes, right? A regular business, when they swipe, they get their money in their bank account in 48 hours. Try to explain all that.
为什么那个很多观众看为什么我们做这个行业是一个生意？为什么我们这生意不能接受信用卡？我们就希望每一个人参加这个项目都是可以刷接受信用卡的，48小时也就是银行里的钱就到你的，就像一个真正的。
Thank you for your patience.
一刷卡，每个人都可以48小时。
Does that make sense? So the scenario here is to make sure that we level the playing field for all business people around the world. Doesn't matter if you're in banking, doesn't matter if you're in restaurant services, doesn't matter if you're a networker, it doesn't matter if you're a speaker. Everyone should have a merchant account. Everyone should get paid in 48 hours. That is what Lucrazon Global is trying to do.
想做的一个奇迹就是说把这个大家都可以接受信用卡，不是说什么大公司啊、银行才能。
While he's done,
这样的每一个平民都可以。
marketing is the next big issue. Any business in the world needs marketing. If you don't have clients coming in to your business, you have a dead business, right? If you're not advertising yourself, what are you doing in business?
广告是最重要，做任何生意是最重要的。没有广告，人家不知道公司，这公司也不可能赚钱。
You need SEO services, but most of these services are $3,000 to $10,000 a month if you're paying for them. I'm going to just go live and show you guys the software. Okay? You guys got to see this. Go ahead and talk about that while I boot up.
这公司另外一个项目是做那个搜索引擎，这个搜索引擎它这个可以让大家一下，我们先做个示范，我就把你的生意做任何行业的，它可以把你很快帮你做广告。
We're going to show you how we can rank any website using the Lucrazon system. So for instance, we give you access to software that can create websites with merchant services with SEO capability. This is it.
作为 brand partner 之后，作为参加的都会有这个能量帮人家。
You offer this
帮人家做搜索。
To any business out there. This service here will rank the websites, will actually look at what's going on in Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and in real time, we will actually track every keyword you want to rank for and rank you automatically. You don't have to do the work. This website creates micro websites that are geo-targeted. See how it says online shopping cart Irvine? It would also say, let's say you want to rank for e-commerce. It would say New York e-commerce services. Does that make sense? Yeah. Try to explain that.
这个搜引擎，
And let me show you the microsite.
全部网站都做了一个档次，你可以很快知道哪些网站。
The microsites are geo-targeted, custom text, custom graphics, custom everything, social media embedded. All of that is there, so you can rank on Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and watch the ranking. Watch the ranking. Number one page for that for online shopping on Irvine, the Lucas micro website. All of that combined, if you combine our software here, is $70,000. If you combine the micro websites and the SEO, it's $5,000 a month. If you combine the cost to sell merchant services as an MSP, it's $15,000. It's $100,000 in software for any business, all to become a brand partner for $1,000.
Yay!
But then we had to figure out a way to pay in 48 hours or less, in a way that you can maximize your effort. So the biggest thing that we did is we showed the banking industry and the financial industry that building a chamber of commerce, if you own a chamber of commerce and you have hundreds of business owners there in your chamber, is no different than building a network.
Right.
Explain that one.
就是这个做生意，他现在可以认理解更容易。有人做这个直销，其实跟很多的生意模式是一样的，只是把人一起做起来，大家最积极在一起。
It's all about maximizing your acquisition speed. In other words, you can go out there and gather merchant accounts, or you can build a business network that can do the same thing. That's your option. Option 2 is faster. But why are you going to do that? I will actually talk about merchant portfolios so you can actually see why you're going to do that. Not only that, but we're going to have here shortly, in the next 45 minutes, the founder and the owner of the company is actually going to visit us here today. They're en route right now.
这个公司为什么它可以是说慢慢去发展，收集很多信用卡的户口，但是为什么选择去我们很快的用这个互联网的形式
Three major ways you get paid.
会关键的一项。
One, if you bring in a brand partner, now that you own a merchant account, by the way, you will own a merchant account. As long as you have a bank account, a voided check, an ID, a social, and a FICO score of 500, you can be a merchant in 4 minutes.
有3种方法在这个我们的网络赚钱。首先第一，你每个人都是一个 merchant account， 一个 social security number，
I'm listening for 4 minutes.
一个 ID， 4分钟可以把你变成一个 brand。
I didn't hear 4 minutes. Okay, but so what does that mean? Now when you bring in a brand partner and they get started, they're buying the software, they're buying the business, and because you own a merchant account, $1,000 goes into your account, $200 stays in the account, $800 rolls up.
为什么这个做起来很好呢？
Same day, by the way.
现在每个人都
Right into your bank account, $200 is there.
他一刷1000块直接就
That's one.
个人的 merchant account， 要一次发
Second way.
他你就留着200块。
What if your business network starts bringing in other brand partners?
像现在网络发展
You can pick up a 3% override on everything that's going on, which is $30 out of everyone in your business network in this vertical leg here.
有一个反正你在你下面的人
Up to 5 generations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want more? Put another personal referral here. Get 5 more generations underneath him.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's why it's infinite. Right? Did you get that? 3% up to 5 generations. You want another 5 generations, you put another personal referral down here, and you get 5 generations underneath every personal referral.
This you don't want now, or you use the use. You put a
Whenever you get a personal referral, you get 5 generations underneath it. All right, what you think about that one? While I explain the third way. The third way is going to be when you build two vertical markets. You can pick up not only the 20%, the 3%, but you pick up an additional 6%, which is $60 out of anyone that is placed in your organization, no matter who places them. I'm going to give you an idea. Let's say we start building a network here, and it's a business network, and she gets started with me, and everyone on this side of the room is underneath her organization. Congratulations. But all of a sudden, I place Glenn in her organization, and he built all of that organization, and she didn't have to do anything there. She gets paid off of both sides. Up to $5,000 a day. $5,000 a day. That's enough income to live in New York. Right? I've seen some of your neighborhoods, and if you want to live upscale, you need some money. Some of you guys are shaking your heads. Not enough. Okay, I don't know. Okay? $5,000 a day. But what does that do? It gives her cash flow daily. That's what that does. It gives her cash flow daily. It gives her enough cash flow where she can go out there and do what we want to focus on, which is real merchant account revenue. Now why? Remember that example, if you bring in $1 million account, you can make $5,000 a month, right? Why? Because you get 50%. But watch this. What if you brought in accounts, you're this person, and what if, thank you for covering the camera, what if this person brings in that $1 million account and they get 50% of 10,000, they're making 5,000. What does he get? He gets 10% of the money, which is about $1,000. So if he's making $5,000, he gets 10% of the $10,000. He's making $1,000 for bringing him in. What happens to this guy? He gets 3% of $10,000 theoretically, if that's what the profit is. He's going to get $300 just for bringing him that brought him, right? Now, why is that exciting? That's exciting because when we get 10,000 accounts, we can sell this to the banks as a secondary market. They can buy merchant portfolios, but they only buy 10,000 units at a time. Try to catch up to that.
为什么刚才发出那个奖金呢？最重要是大家赚的，平常可以赚一点钱的时候，你就把注意力放在去发展商家。那商家实际上同时你自己在造商家，你拿50%，你的上限你拿到50%，你的上线拿到3%。那为什么大家会去发展商家呢？最重要的地方就是当如果是收拾了1万个。
At 10,000 accounts, guys, we can put all this, his accounts, her accounts, all together in a portfolio and sell the profit. Let me give you an idea of what that looks like. Someone will take out a calculator and let's make sure that we know that 10,000 accounts. Oh, where are we? Okay, everybody turn off your phone right now. Right now. That way we're respectful about everyone's time. 10,000 accounts. You see the calculator? 10,000 accounts. I wish this calculator was bigger. 10,000 accounts. Let's say that they're not doing $1 million a month. They only do $10,000 a month. So less. That's 100 million.
当你做1万个账号，如果平均做
100 million. Let's say theoretically we're making 1% off that 100 million. That means we're making $1 million a month in profit that we're all sharing.
从这1万个账号，我们假如我们每个月可以赚100万。
We can theoretically have more technical problems and keep on having more technical problems. We can theoretically sell the $1 million in the secondary market for physical businesses. we can get 30 times earnings. 1 million times 30 is what? $30 million. What does that mean? That means this. That means we have more technical problems. That means that, remember the guy that was making $5,000? We have to buy his account out and give him 5,000 times 30, which is what? 150. So let's say Glenn was the guy who brought the that $1 million account. He's making $5,000. We sell the portfolio. Now we have to give him another $150,000. How does Glenn feel?
Good.
What about the person that brought him in? The person that brought him in was making $1,000. We got to give her $30,000. What about the person that brought her in? They were making $300. So now we have to buy her out. Now we got to give her $9,000. And now we got to give the person who brought her in $9,000, 5 levels deep, 9,000, 9,000, 9,000. What if Glenn had 10 accounts? He gets 1.5 million. What does she get? 30,000 times 10, 300,000. 3 million? No, 300,000. 10 accounts, she was making 9,000. Now she goes to 90,000. One merchant portfolio can generate you extreme amounts of revenue. Explain that one.
They know rather wait. Oh yeah. They happy now.
Think about this. Everyone is a merchant account when you sign up with us. Everyone is a merchant account. When we gather 10,000 merchant accounts, that's an institutional portfolio. We can sell this every month. How fast can we get 10,000? There's a guy that's literally negotiating a contract right now that literally will add up to over 20,000 accounts. And he's doing this all within the first 8 weeks of the business, and he's right here. One man can do that. What can a group of people do? What can a group of intelligent business people do with your networks? You all know different people in business. We're talking Chinese. We're talking, Spanish. I was gonna say Latin. That's not a language, right? We speak Spanish. We know that culture. There's a Russian culture here. We went to a restaurant yesterday and drank. I don't know how you guys do this, man. A pepper vodka.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, pepper vodka. And what was the other one? Garlic vodka, too. I don't know how you guys do that. Okay. But we tried it. All of those communities have Chamber of Commerce, don't they? Look at how many businesses are within the 3-block radius. There's 10,000 businesses right here. Every 10,000 merchant for every 10,000 unit count, that's an institutional portfolio that we can sell to the secondary markets for multiples. We get less for .com, we get more for medical. Medical is close to 50 times earnings. So what if for the first time you can create a business network that can bring in one account every 90 days? One account. Your business network can potentially generate a 10,000 unit merchant account. Does that make sense? Together, we can do it faster. Individually, it'll take you 5 years. I know because I know a guy that did it in 5 years. Do you understand? The most important part here is the merchant portfolios, because we can take a percentage of those merchant portfolios and actually pay it back to the entire company as a bonus. So when we're looking at a $30,000 merchant portfolio, we can take $9,000 or $9 million, $30 million merchant portfolio. We can take $9 million and actually spread that to the group that did it. Obviously, right now we have less than 4,000 people in our organization. So when you get $9 million divided by 4,000, people, divided by 90 days, that's a lot of money on a daily basis. I know, I'm not going to let you guys read it. You guys have calculators. You're business people. Do the numbers. What's 9 million divided by 4,000, then divided by 90 days?
Don't forget the China.
Soon. We have them right here. China comes to us. China comes to us. Look. The United States alone has more cultures than any other place in the world. We go global by going in the United States. The United States is more difficult to follow regulatory agencies. We are the most demanding in regulations. We are bank regulated. We are Visa, MasterCard regulated. We are regulated by the financial institutes. We are doing business in the United States. Our corporate headquarters is in Irvine, California. We are a U.S.-based company that's real and that's able to pay you directly into your bank account in 48 hours.
All right.
How much, right? How much? Can you get me Danny? Danny, check. Tell me he has that list. I would love to see his list. I asked someone to get me a list of the people around this area that was making a certain, that was generating income with Lookers on Global. So we want to make sure you guys understand how much income is possible is really up to you. Today I heard the president say something very interesting. We're all looking for a fair playing field. We don't want to guarantee that we can all make the same amount of money, but we want to guarantee that we're all treated the same. And it's so true. Where's Mr. Danny Pacheco? So what I wanted to do is have Mr. Danny Pacheco come back up here and actually show us what has been happening in the past 8 weeks here in the East Coast, just with what we have going on. Now look, we are 8 weeks old. The whole company is 8 weeks old. You're not looking at something that's already launched. We are 8 weeks old. You got to say that a couple times. We're 8 weeks old. We're 8 weeks old. This is in its infancy. And so far, Danny, you got a list? Come up here with me. Danny Pacheco has been working diligently in the East Coast. Brother, share with them what's been going on.
Well, folks, this is a group effort, and I want to recognize a couple of the leaders here in New York that have really taken this business to the next level. So I'm just going to call everybody up here, and I want you to come and stand right here in the line, and just let us honor you, let us recognize you for your hard work. Let me start it off by bringing up Mr. Juan Takuri. Come on up. Bring up Mr. Somebody go grab him. He's in the hall right there next to my wife, Mr. G.
The G.
That his full name? That's his full name too.
Mr. G, come on up here. We want to recognize Mr. William Chen. Come on up here, Mr. Want to come up with Miss Faith Sloan? Come on up here.
Hey!
We got to just bring Mr. Glenn Smith because a lot of this could not have been done with him. He's a monster. Bring him up here. Come on, Mr. Glenn Smith. David, Walter, want help me with the last names?
Oh, that's not, they're not here.
They're not here? They're coming.
Mr. Alex Tirado.
Mr. Alex Tirado, please come on up. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Juan Takuri. Mr. Juan Takuri flew all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada. We had never met before. He tracked me down on Facebook. He did some investigative reporting, found out that I was in Las Vegas, went in specifically to get all the information about Lucrazon Global to bring it back to the East Coast. He has over 300 people on his team. Give him a round of applause.
So let me ask. I gotta ask. How many of you guys have merchant accounts prior to Lucrazon? Anyone?
No.
No. You have merchant accounts now. You have real merchant accounts now.
Absolutely.
How many of you guys have gotten deposits into your accounts from Lucrazon?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day, okay.
What's the biggest deposit you've gotten in one day with Lucrazon? Or what's the total amount?
The
Give me one of the
biggest
two.
one surprised me. It was $11,000. I didn't know what was going on.
You got $11,000 in one day. Biggest deposit or total, whichever one you want.
Well, first 5 days of January was 7,000.
First 5 days of January, $7,000 deposited to your bank account.
Yes.
To your bank account.
Thank you.
So I didn't have to give you a commission check. This is not a commission check. This is not a commission check. These are real earnings right into your bank account.
Thank you.
You're a merchant. You're a business owner, right? Mr. G, biggest, best day or total, whichever one you want.
Best day, 4,000. Total, 5,000.
Hey! Oh, really? Oh,
Total.
that's good, right? But best day, $4,000 in one day.
In 1 day.
That's in one day.
1 day. Not,
In 1 day.
not. The month or last month it was 7,000, and this month I'm 8,000.
This month you're already at 8,000.
Yes, sir.
Deposit it into your bank account.
Yes.
You didn't have to wait for me to sign some paper and give it to you because you're not an employee, you're not a sales rep, you're a real merchant. You're a real merchant. He's a real merchant account.
I can't overlook the person. Mariachi Beto, please come on up.
Oh, come on up. Best day, or total amount. Which one do you want?
To be honest with you, I haven't looked at my bank.
Rich already.
I just,
But is it going in there?
I'm sure it's going there, but I haven't looked at my account.
You haven't looked at your
I haven't
account.
looked at my account.
Your total volume is now pretty impressive because I've seen that. What, hundreds of thousands of dollars of everything that's going on. Best day or total amount? Which one do you want?
That's a surprise. That's in there. First, that's in December. That's when I deposit. That's a 7,000. When I shut up, that's in the second deposit. That's a $6,000 total.
Your first deposit was $7,000 in your bank account. Your second deposit was $6,000. ACH directly in your bank account. You didn't have to wait for me. Your real earnings. You're a real merchant.
I never met with you. That's the first time I see you.
Hello, I'm Oscar Garcia, and I didn't meet with him, and he still got paid directly into his bank account because he's a real business. That's the whole point. Best day or total amount, which you want to watch?
In the first 2 weeks, 5,000.
The first 2 weeks, $5,000 directly into your bank account. Best day or total amount?
My best day was $1,200. Total about $4,000.
$1,200 in 1 day, total $4,000. We just started 8 weeks ago. Best day.
Oh, no.
11,000.
Best day, $11,000. Carlos,
I don't know. She's the intelligent one of the family, so she keeps the books.
Right? Total amount, do you want to share?
Six figures in the first 6
That's
weeks.
right.
The first 10 days of this month, over $64,000.
10 days of this month, $64,000.
I haven't looked in the last 3 days, so that number could be on.
True. But the first 10 days, $64,000. I want to introduce one other person. Mr. Jonathan Mendoza, one of our co-founders. 26 years old. Best day. Best day.
My best day is yesterday.
Your best day was yesterday?
Yes.
How much did you get?
31,000.
1 day. Okay, he mentioned his first 10 days of January. What do you know?
know yours? Today's January. With my first 10 days, it's over 100,000 or something like that.
139,000.
Is that what he posted online?
Oh yeah, that's true. I forget it.
$139,000 in 14 days of January. We might be having technical problems, but we're not having problems paying anybody. Because they're real earning. Please give them all a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is 8 weeks old. This is 8 weeks old. And this is just the beginning. Every entrepreneur, every business owner should be treated the same. Lucas on Global's whole mission is to level the playing field of business in general. Why is it? Why is it that we treat these Wall Street guys better? No offense to you Wall Street guys if you're in here. Why is it that we look up to them and the networkers looked at as the bottom dweller of business? There is no difference. There is no difference. We are leveling the playing field in business, and we are leveling the type of income that you can make in business, and this is proof, and we're 8 weeks old, and we're looking for leadership. You're here for a reason. We're 8 weeks old, and we're looking for 20 master distributors. We're looking for 20 people to step up and really take charge. 20 people that can bring in 2,500 individuals, brand partners. If you do the math, that's over 50,000 individuals in our first 6 months is what our goal is. Some of you guys come from businesses that you did that in the first 3 months to 6 months. Some of them, you guys come from businesses that did it in 12 months. What happens when we do that? Our estimated merchant portfolio will be over $1.3 billion. We'll take 30%, 400 million, and we'll divide it up by the 20 master distributors. That will give you $19.5 million bonus. I need that. I need who's in. I need to know who we're going to play with.
I'm in.
I'm in.
All in. Look, here's what I need. One, I need to know who you are. And you'll work directly with corporate. You'll work directly with our founders. You'll work directly with the people who overbuild it. We're going to change the face of business this year. And we're looking for your help. And the biggest aspect of this is that not only are we 8 weeks old, but you have to understand who started this. The 21st administrator of the Small Business Administration under George W. Bush was a man by the name of Hector Barreto. That individual knew Mr. Alex Pitt and knew that he's been in merchant services for over 20 years. Mr. Pitt has sold merchant portfolios over and over again. He's had accounts that included McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. He has accounts that are generating him millions of dollars a month. He knows how to build these portfolios and sell them. When those two guys came together, the technology came together. This was made so we can roll out the product, the services you see here, was made so we can roll them out to the Chamber of Commerce, to roll them out to the SBA, and roll it out to business associations, not to networkers. They asked us to change that business model. Now, who are they? Our co-founders. They sat down, they said, give it to the people. Give it to the guys that can build business associations. Give it to the guys that know the Chamber of Commerce, that can service them. Give it to the small business owner. Give the technology to them, and you will do better. And we didn't believe them, but now we're doing it, and this was proof that they can do it. That's what we're doing here. You have a shot to really alter your financial life. Now, whether you believe me or not, watch this room. Watch this room. This is day one. Watch this room. This is day one. Wait till we come back. Wait till I come back with working speakers. Wait till I come back when I have a lavalier, right? Wait till I come back when I have more than one song looping, right? Wait till I come back that we have 2,000 people coming through the stage saying that they're getting daily income here of those amounts. Wait till we come back, but by then it's going to be too late. And then it's going to be too late. We will already have our master distributors. We would already have our master brand partners. We would already have people building business associations and growing throughout the place. I am impressed with the East Coast. I've never been here. And I've driven around, and your neighborhoods are huge. Your neighborhoods are packed with business owners. Your neighborhoods are packed with people swiping their car left and right. And I get excited for that. Charge away, America. Charge away. We get a percentage. The merchant processing world is literally the world. It's the only truly trillion-dollar industry. And you have an opportunity to really be a part of something that's changing that world. We're revolutionizing it. And .com, because I come from the Silicon Valley world, we call it disruptive technologies. See, you guys invest into those companies. We create them in California. That's where Google's at. That's where the innovators are at. That's where all these .com companies are at. And we build these disruptive technologies, and we bring them over here in the financial world that invests into them. What if you were a part of the disruptive technology before they even knew about it? And that's what you have here. Literally a sneak peek of what's going to happen all next year. And you guys can choose today, here, to participate with what's going on. I want to make sure that you know that we're here to service you. And I want to make sure that you know that we want to communicate with you. So I want to, one, thank you for your time. And two, make sure that I communicate with you. I want you guys to go with Mr. Danny Pacheco. I want you guys to come to our reception area and give me your email. Give me your name. Put down something that I can remember. Meet me. Shake our hands. Ask these guys to open up their bank accounts if you want. I don't care. You guys need to know that this is real. Do whatever it takes for you to research it. One of the biggest problems that happens is when you do something so different, so changing in the industry, people attack you. People attack you because they don't want their ways to get changed. They want the old people to make money, not you guys. We want you to make money. We want small business to make money, not just the banks. That's what Lucas on Global is doing. It's a financial shift like you've never seen before. And that's what we're doing here. So I wanted I wanted two things. I wanted to come here and speak personally. But two, I wanted to get your names and numbers. So that way we can service you better, more efficiently. And we will get better every day. If you go to Lucas-On and Lucas-On Global, you will test drive the technology. You have 14 days to test drive the technology without paying a dime, so you guys can see what we're talking about. But more importantly, if you want to work with us, if you want to run right now, I want you to go up to Danny. I want you to go up to all the leadership that you've seen up here. I want you to go to the receptionist, and I want you to introduce yourself. And that way I know that we're working with you, and we want to support you. And we want to build an organization. This is nothing. This is nothing. We want to put 10,000 people under each one of you. But we need your help for that. We need your help for that. And we're going to do that. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your patience. I want to thank our translator. I want to thank our audio guys for trying. They're going to still keep on trying. Thank you very much. New York, we're on the map. Day one, right here. Thank you very much, guys.
¿A dónde? ¿A dónde? ¿A dónde?
Claro que sí.
No puedes sacarla.
Veloz. Veloz.
Ora, sì. Ora, sì. Ora, ora, sì. Ora, sì. Ora, sì.
I don't need to sit in the meeting, maybe I can go and go. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right. Good to see you.
Test, test, test. One, 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 one. Test, test, test. Folks, we're gonna get started at 7:30. 7:30 in Spanish. 7:30. Thank you very much.
Caballero.
Olinda, ¿no? No pierda tiempo.
Estoy bien. ¿Cómo que no? Yo la voy a poner. Ok, está bien. Bienvenido.
Hey, ¿quiere entrarle a mi perflejo al punto? Andamos trabajando para el puede pegarle, papá.
Yo tengo un evento en Texas. El día una semana después va a ser el evento de yo sé.
No way! You think you're I want a front seat, and I think if they don't speak Spanish, I have to Oh my God.
¿Dónde están? ¿Ocupados? ¿Lo tienen todo ocupado?
Ah, pero está ocupado. No puedo quitarlo.
Hay que ver por aquí con los uniformes.